and welcome to yet another edition of the Fuji Guys. And today I'm going to go through the top features of the new XQ2 Fujifilm compact camera. So this is the latest, of course, from Fujifilm. And so please sit and enjoy.
So on the XQ2, we have this control ring around the zoom lens here. When you're in modes like SR Auto or just by default, this is actually going to control the lens itself. So the zooming feature. So you can see here in the back as I zoom, you're going to see the different zooms that, as it zooms in and out. So I can go all the way, and then it goes into like a digital zoom as well. So if you have digital zoom on, it will kick in the digital zoom. Otherwise, it'll show you your focal length here at the bottom of the screen. You can customize that wheel as well. You just hit the menu button, and in the fourth menu, you'll see the control ring setting, and you just hit to the right, and then you can have it by default, which is the zoom in this case when you're in SR Auto mode, but you can have it with exposure, ISO, white balance, simulations, continuous shooting, and the zoom itself. So for example, if I wanted it to be my film simulation modes, now my zoom would only be on the toggle, and as I changed my dial, it would show me the different film simulations that you have available to you. So with the XQ1, just to show you while I'm here, the different film simulations as well. We have, of course, your standard or Pro via film. You've got your black and white. You've got monochrome, black and white. You've got monochrome with a red filter. You have it with a green, and you have a sepia. And depending on what mode you're in as well. So that's only in SR Auto. If I go into, say, aperture priority mode, and we have a look again, now we'll see the other filters as well. So we have the black and whites again, as we mentioned, Provia. Now here's the Velvia, the Vivid, the Astia, and then the black and white filters as well. So that gives you the different film simulations. Of course, you can certainly change that so that it's your ISO or a white balance or even your continuous shooting modes. So if we go to the continuous shooting, it's going to go into off, dynamic range bracketing, and the different types of bracketing that you might want to do, ISO, exposure, best frame capture for high speed, and then the different high speed shootings that you have as well. So that gives you quite a bit of control on that ring itself as well. Another customizable feature is the EFN button. So the EFN button allows you to now show, to associate each of these buttons and the wheel and so on, associated with each of the different features. So if I rotate this around, it goes into the different continuous shooting modes. If I go back into the EFN, now it gives me to the right is white balance, up is continuous shooting, ISO is to the left, down is the autofocus points, that's your metering mode, and that's your film simulation modes. Now you could also program that by pressing and holding the EFN button. Oh, sorry, no, that's not correct. It's actually in the menus. I get that control, there it is. EFN custom setting, and there's your different custom settings. So you choose the button you want to change, and you select which mode it will do. So not only is the ring customizable, but the EFN is also customizable there as well. So a really nice feature with this camera as well is, of course, the Wi-Fi feature. So this allows you to go into the playback mode, and with one touch, we're just going to hit that button, and now we go right into the Wi-Fi. And I just want to make sure that I'm connected to the Wi-Fi itself. So I'm just going to make sure in my settings, and there's the XQ2. So now it's selecting the XQ2 camera. And then the app that you need is the camera app. So it's right here, the Fujifilm camera app. You just open that up, and you hit the browse camera if you want to just browse the cameras. There's different ways of doing it. So now it's asking, do you want to connect? I say, yes, I do want to connect. And now it's going to show me everything that's on the card. In this case, I only have the 2 pictures. But if I had a whole whack of pictures, I could pick up to 30 that I could download. And if I wanted to magnify the picture, I could just use the magnifying glass and click on it, and then just pinch and zoom to what I want to check to see what part of the image is sharp, and then I can import the image to my phone. This allows you, of course, to be able to then share it instantly on your favorite social media sites, or to share it with your friend, whether it's through AirDrop or being able to email, text the image, things like that. So it's going to give you really good image quality while using while using the camera and being able to share great image quality. And just like that, we just turned it off. So it's that easy. You just hit the shutter release and it gets you back into shooting mode. So it's quick and easy to be able to transfer your pictures that way. So the XQ2 is equipped with a really high quality lens. It's a 4x optical zoom lens. You're getting f1.8 to 4.9, so nice wide open lens at wide open zoom. So to control your zoom, you have the zoom switch here. So you zoom to telephoto and to wide. And of course you can also program it so that your wheel here is also your zoom switch, or your zoom. So it becomes a little more intuitive that way. I like to have it set on the wheel itself. So if we do the control settings and we can do zoom, there we go. So now as I use the wheel, it allows me to kind of control my lens a little more freely and a little more steadily using it on the lens outside. So it feels more like a traditional camera. So this camera is equipped with a 4x optical zoom. So this gives you about a 25 to 100 millimeter equivalent in as far as focal length goes. It's also got a very fast lens of 1.8 to 4.9. So it's going to give you nice bright image quality and great image quality even in low light, especially at the wider angles. And to control the zoom, you've got here this little toggle lever here around the shutter release where you can then zoom all the way out and bring the lens all the way back. And you can also have it where it's the control around the ring itself, and that's customizable as well. So if you don't want that to be the zoom, that's fine. You can certainly change that. I personally prefer having it as the zoom, and it does default as far as controlling the zoom. So now we do get beautiful high quality video of 1080p. So to be able to access your video mode, you go into the menu and you have your movie set up here. So you have your different movie modes here of 1080 right up to 60 frames per second and as fast as 250 frames per second to get kind of some cool slow motion video as well. So I'm going to do the 30 frames per second. And then you do have, choice of focusing, whether it's a center, so it's always in the middle, continuous, so it'll continually focus, or you can actually manually focus. And this is really neat, so that way, if you want a focus point and you don't want it to change, you can set it and then forget it. And then certainly have the still shooting in the movie as well. So you have a priority of if you want the movie to be a priority, so there's no hesitation, as well as the still image priority as well. So there might be a little hesitation in the video, but your image is going to be full quality. The little red button here on the back is what you use to actually start shooting the video. So you shoot the video, you do have access to your zoom, and they do creep it, so they do slow it down so it's not too jarring. And then you can also hit the shutter release to take a picture itself during your video. So we're always thinking of ways of how to share your pictures. So one of them, of course, is using the Wi-Fi app and connecting it to your phone and sharing them with all your friends on your social media sites. But of course, there's other ways to do it a little more tangibly. And with this particular printer, that allows you to actually share a print. So here we have our Instax Share printer here, and you can actually print directly from the camera to the printer. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pick a picture that's on the camera itself. I'm going to hit the menu button, and right away we see wireless communication. So that's if I wanted to share it on social media sites and things of that nature. But on the second option here we see is the Instax printer print. So I'm going to select the printer print, and now it's going to connect to the printer. And now it's going to ask me, is this the picture that I want to print? I can go to the next picture. No, that's the one I want. Now it tells me on videos I can't transmit a video. Makes sense. I'm printing a picture. So I'll go back here and pick the appropriate print. And then I hit OK to transmit. And then out comes the print. So it takes about 15 to 20 seconds for the print to come out. And then it takes about 3 minutes for that image to actually expose fully. And here it comes. And there we go. So the picture will then start to expose. It'll take, like I said, about 3 minutes for the image to be completely exposed. It'll take about 30 seconds or so for you to start seeing an image appear on the image or on the paper itself, and then you can go and print multiple images. So already we can start seeing the image, of course, is upside down, so that doesn't help. There we go. And so now it's starting to expose the image and be able to then share that print directly with a friend, or as you're traveling, you can share it with anybody, actually.
Well, thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them up in the comments below. Of course, we'll certainly answer them as best we can. You can certainly subscribe to the channel, and of course, follow us on Twitter @Fuji Guys.